Breaking news coming out just minutes ago as I was preparing to go live.
President declaring martial law.
The president of South Korea, Yoon Suk-yeol, he is declaring martial law.
Breaking news, South Korean police and military are swarming the country's parliament after the president declared emergency martial law.
And if you didn't hear the breaking news coming out just minutes ago as I was preparing to go live, South Korean president has declared emergency martial law for the nation. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol declared martial law in an unannounced late-night TV address Tuesday, accusing the country's main opposition party of sympathizing with North Korea and anti-state activities. So we're hearing...
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Ahmad Bayan coming to you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Now, you see in here, South Korea president declares martial law. All right, this was earlier today. All right, it was earlier today. All right, what's the time now? Yeah, it was 11:50. All right, it was earlier today, and it didn't last. It didn't last too long. It lasted, I think, a couple of hours. All right, but yeah, it lasted just a couple of hours. But you know, it just shows you that, you know, the things that we have been preaching, you know, the men of great millstone, starting from the head apostles at the great millstone, under that umbrella, you know, we have been prophesying and letting you all know all these things is about to happen. All these things is about to happen where, you know, you're going to start to see civil war. You're going to start to see, you know, martial law taking place, you know, famine of food, you know, pestilence and all these different things. And the things that you're seeing happening here in South Korea, you know, based on what the news is telling you, all right, it is showing you that also these things is also going to come to Babylon the Great, America. That is the last place it had to hit. You're seeing things taking place around the world. You're seeing people are rising up. All right. The scriptures talk about the nations are mad because everyone drunk from that cup of Babylon the Great. All right. I want to go into let's see. I want to go into here, and we're going to play a video from here, and we're going to some scriptures.
We are following developing situation in South Korea. Their president has lifted martial law he imposed after the parliament defied him by voting to overturn it. It began when President Yoon Suk-yeol made an unannounced address to the nation declaring martial law while accusing his political opposition of sympathizing with North Korea. Following the order, the military announced political gatherings would be suspended. Despite that, enough members of parliament were able to meet and vote to block the martial law decree. Charlie D'Agata joins us now from the Pentagon. Charlie, thank you for making time for us.
And we're seeing all the things that are happening, you know, all the prophecies taking place, all right? Wars and rumors of wars, you know, the time that we're living in. And it's, you know, this is a beautiful time to be living. Let's get you go back to the scripture just now. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. All right. Jumping down to verse 8, it says, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war. All right. that time of war. And this is what you're seeing taking place. You know, war is in the air. War is in the air. We're seeing nations coming against other nations. We're seeing sedition among men going to start to act up. All right, all these things is prophecy. All right, Ecclesiastes 3:8, it says a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And what Trump pushing right now, Donald Trump, you know, he's pushing peace and safety. But as the scriptures say, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them. You know, I think that's the book of 1 Thessalonians. You know, yeah. You're gonna get them scriptures just now. Let's go back to the video.
Can you walk us through how we got to this moment and what has happened since the martial law was ordered?
Ouija, nice to see you again.
Before they start that, Salakia again, let's go. I was looking up here, you know, for edification's sake, martial law. All right, it says martial law. Martial law is the replacement of civilians' government by military rule and suspicion of civilian legal processes of military powers. Martial law can continue for a specific amount of time or indefinitely, and standard civil liberties may be suspended for as long as martial law continues. All right, and you know, this martial law, these things is going to come to Babylon the Great, which I mentioned earlier is basically the last place that the Lord is going to hit. All right, so all these things that is seen taking place on the earth today from different countries, you know, when the wicked is in authority, the people mourn, you're seeing all these things taking place. This is showing you that we are living in the last days. All right, what the scriptures say, measure thou the time diligently in itself. All right, that's 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. How we as the prophets of the Lord today measuring the time? Through the scriptures. All right, the Bible, that's the measuring stick. All right, it says, and when thou seest part of the signs parts which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right, and this is the Lord visiting the earth right now. All right, he's stirring up all these different countries, all these different warlocks right now to come together and to battle. You know, the scriptures say the Lord is the one that mustered up the battle. That's roughly paraphrasing. All right, there's some good part that you all could also read down in. You know, we're going back to the video. You know,
It has been a tumultuous day. You know, the night ended in South Korea with the South Korean president declaring martial law. It took everybody by surprise. It took South Korea by surprise, obviously North Korea took the Pentagon, State Department, White House. Nobody was expecting this. And it was real. That martial law went into effect immediately. And as you said, banning protests, any kind of political dissent.
And all these things that you see taking place, all right, is going to happen around the world. All right. A lot of these countries that you're seeing around the world right now that people are raising up, they don't like what's taking place and whatnot. They they're fighting back. And this is what Esau Edom wants. All right, this is what this devil wants. Guess what? This devil is in every single country. He's based in every single country. The elites, all right, they are based everywhere.
Taking control of the media. And it lasted for a fair few hours because, yes, the parliament came in, as many as could, because this is late at night, early in the morning. About 190 of 300-something came in. By unanimous decision, reversed that. But apparently under South Korean law, they may reverse it. It's then up to the president to go ahead and accept that reversal. And about 6 hours later, he said, okay, we'll agree to take that order back. So, but for a tumultuous 6 hours, the country was under martial law order, and this is a major ally, military ally of the United States. There are 28,500 troops there at bases throughout South Korea. So this is something that the Pentagon was closely monitoring. I can tell you, Pentagon officials tell me that the mill-to-mill, as they call it, the South Korean military and the U.S. military were in constant communication throughout. Yes, there's a lot of soldiers that live off base, but they would have had to adhere to that curfew. But as I said, this was late at night. By early morning, about 6 o'clock in the morning, that had been reversed. But, a tumultuous time. The North Koreans were looking at it, and this is a major U.S. ally in that region.
Well, the State Department has also expressed their concerns. Let's watch.
We are watching the recent developments in the ROK with grave concern. We are seeking to engage with our Republic of Korea counterparts at every level. Our alliance with the Republic of Korea is ironclad, and we're fully committed to that. And ultimately here, our hope is, and every hope and expectation is, that any political disputes will be resolved peacefully and in accordance with the rule of law.
And Charlie, given the close allyship that you just laid out with South Korea, what role does the United States play when something like this unfolds?
Well, yes, of course, the South Korea is a diplomatic partner, but it is what we would hope to be, what the United States would hope to be, is a stable democracy. But importantly, you have that U.S. military contingent there as well. So I think in terms of what's going to happen to this South Korean president, it was described to me as a Hail Mary. He was facing impeachment. This is probably going to be quickened. Yes, there needs to be a stable political democratic society. That needs to be a trading partner for the United States. But as far as they're concerned, here at the Pentagon, as far as the military is concerned, we've got North Korea. North Korea has acted belligerently in the past few months. They want to keep those channels of communication open. It's also worth noting that there's nothing to indicate that North Korea had changed anything in their posture in order to exploit the situation. As far as the U.S. is concerned and the North Korean military, importantly, the South Korean military is concerned.
All right. Let's get into some more scriptures. This is the book of same Second Ezra, chapter 15 and 14. All right, it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." All right. So the same way you're seeing that, martial law took place in South Korea there, it's just to show you that how everything is, how everyone is on edge. All right. And the prime ministers, the presidents, from different countries and whatever, they're going to reach that point where it is they are going to, they're not going to have that kind of communication with each other anymore, because why? The Lord is basically mustering up all the battles at this moment. All right, He's bringing all of these nations against each other. All right, but the main nation, the main country, Babylon the Great, aka America, that is the main place that is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire from Russia, China, and all these other smaller countries that are calling themselves strong now. They are not weak anymore. They are strong. Why? Because they're getting backed up by other stronger countries. All right, especially Russia. Okay, it says, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, so no one is going to care what the government have to say. As we saw it in the video there, the martial law took place. Why? Because because the president made a wild card decision, and they had to pull it back. All right, but it's just to show you that everyone is on that edge right now. War is in the air. Ecclesiastes 3 and 8 that we read. Is a time for everything under the sun. All right, and we living in that time where there's only war. There's only destruction. All right. Verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled. All right, a lot of chaos is going to be taking place on the earth. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You're going to see a lot of men right now, they walking with their chest out. They feel that they're some kind of tough guy. But when this time roll up, you're going to see so many people fool up. All right, that rhyme a little bit, boy. Anyway, they continue. Verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil the goods. All right, taking the goods, because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. So we're seeing tribulation is coming. Now I was looking up 2nd Ezra 15 in the GNT, the Good News Translation. All right, now it says here, as you see into the top, 2nd Ezra 15 and 14, it says the word Salakia, the world of the people, Salakia, the world and the people in it are doomed. All right, remember Trump said doom and gloom. It have a lot of doom and gloom coming. All right, and a lot of doom and gloom is coming to you, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians who refuse to turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, refuse to hear the words of the prophets. All right, it says here, verse 15, the war that will bring their destruction is very near. All right, remember we read in Ecclesiastes 3 and 8, it's a time for war. All right, this is the time that we're living in. It says the war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. You see that? There will be great political Salakia, great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another group, another Salakia, another, and gain control. You know, again, a little excited there. But you see what the scriptures here is saying, all right? While ignoring the legitimate Salakia legitimate government. All right, let's read it over again. While ignoring the legitimate government, there will no longer be free access to the cities. All right, so you wouldn't be able to go into a city, your hometown, after you done flee from there because of the chaos and the havoc taking place in your land, in your city, wherever you're from. All right, wherever country you're from. When these things taking place, you destined to go back, but you won't be able to go back. People are going to be scared to go back. All right. It says because the struggle for power will bring destruction. All right. So when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them. All right. Because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. Verse 19, it says, driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. All right. So, hey, what a translation. So, hey, these people, people out here, they seeking peace, they seeking safety, they seeking help, but they look in the wrong places. All right, our people today, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians today, they look in the wrong places for help. They seeking help from the government, from these people, but the Lord tell us to what? Trust in Him. Not to trust in man. All right. Let me just get a script there real quick. This is Psalms. Let's see if I remember. Psalms 146. No, it's not this one. Alright, I found it. Psalms 118. Oh, this is one of them. Psalms 118 and verse 8. It says, it is better to trust in the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, than to put confidence in man. Alright? It is better to trust in the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, than to put confidence in princes. Alright? So don't put your trust in these people, in any of these government structures and whatnot. All of them are ruled by the elites. Every single one of them, no matter what country you're living in. Alright? All countries, every single nation, every single place on this earth, every crease, every corner is going to have turmoil, havoc, wickedness, every single thing taking place. Alright, this is the time for you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians today to wake up. Alright, wake up and turn back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Alright, the Lord's words do not go void. All right? It do not come back to him void. The Lord's word stands. Everything that is written in the scriptures, it stands. Everything that we be preaching from how long now we have been preaching this word, all right, letting you all know about the destruction, the things that is about to happen, the things that is coming. We prophesying, we seeing it happening now. But yet still our people again today, they refuse to turn back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? People want to enjoy themselves. People want to seek help from this devil. The scriptures say, woe unto them that run down to Egypt for help, that trust in horses and whatnot. Why? Because they are strong. They want to trust in Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Because you believe that he is strong, he have power. What kind of power he has? It's carnal. We dealing with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is spiritual. Alright? But like in the same, like the scriptures say, in Noah time, people was doing what? People was giving in marriage, you know, they was doing a lot of wickedness. Hey, I seen a lot of these things taking place. Alright? I seen a lot of these things taking place. This place has to go. And it is going to go by thermonuclear fire from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Alright? Let's go to the book of Matthew real quick. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 37. It says, and this is the red letter here, this is Yahweh Shai speaking, who the world is ignorantly called Jesus Christ. It says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Alright? So the same way that in Noah time is the same things that happening here again today. Not new under the sun. Alright? The same people, the same spirits from back then who was given in marriage and doing wickedness and a lot of folly, you know, committing adultery and all these things, they are back here again today. And guess what? They are going to get destroyed the same blasted way. But this time they're going to get destroyed by fire. Alright? Let's read on. It says, verse Matthew 24 and 37. It says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. For as the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came. So they hey, it's only when the flood came that's when they like, oh shit, you know, Salakia, Noah was talking about this. Noah was really preaching about this. And everybody run to that ark to get saved. But it was done too late. The doors were shut. And this time, the doors is going to get shut, but it's not no ark. Alright? It's not no ark. And how are we going to know that this door is going to get shut? When the famine of the word comes. And our people will be running to and fro, seeking for the prophets of the Lord. Alright? As a matter of fact, let's get that scripture. Famine of the word. Book of Amos. You go into Jeremiah. You see how he saw this I can play the ass. The technology doesn't even work properly. Almost 8 and 11. This one, you weird ass technologies. You're not ignorant of Satan devices, man. Let's go here. Amos 8 and 11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahushai, power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai." You see that? A famine of the word is coming. And that is how you're going to know the doors is shut. Alright? The doors is going to be shut. And that is in Noah time it was the ark. This time it's going to be what? The chariots. Alright? What you always ignorantly call UFOs. The chariots of the Lord is going to beam the elect men up. Alright? Starting with the 144,000. You know, Lord willing, we be part of that hopefully elect number. Alright? Because guess what? We don't want to be here. This place is a wicked place. This place have nothing here for us. I don't know how all your people dislike this world that all you're living in. All this folly, all this shit taking place. Let's continue here in Matthew 24. Matthew 24 and 38 again it says, "For as the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." You see that? The same thing that happened back then, the same thing is going to happen here again. Alright? The prophets of the Lord are here preaching this word with truth and sincerity, warning all you to turn back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright? We're seeing a lot of things taking place, a lot of prophecies taking place, prophecies jumping out the pages of the Bible. This is a very beautiful time to be living in. Also scary. Alright? So with that, I will end it there. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopefully elect. This is your brother Ahmad Bayan signing out, and I'll say Shalom and Abad Babal.